Today we discussed about next portion, nutrition in human being. Nutrition in human being. First we check the parts of digestive system of human being. It starts from mouth with the tongue, then esophagus, stomach, digestive glands like liver, pancreas, etc. Then small and large intestine. These are the main parts of human digestive system. Then we discuss about the parts and function in detail. First, parts of alimentary canal. The part of alimentary canal. Alimentary canal means it is the long tube start from mouth and end with anus. Parts of alimentary canal. They start from mouth and associated organs like teeth, tongue, etc. First, mouth with organs like teeth, tongue, etc. Next, pharynx. That is also known as throat. A common passage for air and food. Pharynx or throat is a common passage for air from nostrils and food from mouth. It is a common passage for air and food. Next, esophagus. Esophagus is a narrow tube arising from pharynx ending in stomach. Esophagus is a narrow tube arising from pharynx and end in stomach. Next part, stomach. Next part of alimentary canal is stomach. It is an elastic bag with highly muscular walls below the diaphragm. Diaphragm is a muscular partition wall that divides the body into upper thorax and lower abdomen. Stomach is an elastic bag with a highly muscular wall below the diaphragm. It is situated below the diaphragm. Lungs and other heart etc. are situated above the diaphragm, and stomach, small and large intestine etc. are situated below the muscular diaphragm. Muscular bag-like structure. Organ situated below the diaphragm. Diaphragm. Next, part small intestine. Small intestine. It is the longest part of alimentary canal. Small intestine is the longest part of alimentary canal, about 7 meters long and about 2.5 centimeter wide. Small intestine is the longest part of alimentary canal, about 7 meters long part, about 7 meter long and 2.5 centimeter wide. 7 meters long and 2.5 centimeter wide. The small intestine have 3 subdivisions. Small intestine have 3 subdivisions. They are duodenum, jejunum, and ileum. Small intestine with 3 subdivisions: duodenum, jejunum, and ileum. Duodenum is the shortest upper part next to stomach. The duodenum is a short upper part next to stomach. Jejunum is the middle part with 2 meters long, and ileum longest, about 4 meters long, coiled and twisted. Small intestine is the largest part of alimentary canal, about 7 meters length and 2.5 centimeter wide. It have 3 subdivisions. They are duodenum, that is the shortest upper part next to stomach. Jejunum, middle part with 2 meters long, and ileum, the third part, that is longest, about 4 meters long, coiled and twisted. Next part of alimentary canal, that is large intestine. Large intestine. That is about 1.5 meter long with 3 parts. Large intestine is about 1.5 meter long with 3 parts. That is cecum, colon, and rectum. The 3 subparts are cecum, colon, and rectum. Cecum, small blind pouch at the junction of small and large intestine. It is also known as vermiform appendix. The large intestine is 1.5 meters long with 3 parts. First part, cecum. It is a small blind pouch at the junction of small and large intestine. It is also known as vermiform appendix. It is also known as vermiform appendix. The next part, second part, colon. A little over 1 meter long. It is just 1 meter long. It has 3 parts termed ascending, transverse, and descending limbs of colon. The colon, second part of large intestine, is 1 meter in length. Have 3 parts: ascending, colon, transverse colon and descending limb of colon. The third part of large intestine, that is rectum. Last part about 5 centimeter long with circular muscles. Rectum is the last or third part of large intestine, about 5 centimeter in long, 5 centimeter in long with circular muscles. The circular muscles are also known as sphincters. Sphincters. S-P-I-N-C-T-E-R-S. S-P-I-N-C-T-E-R-S. Sphincters. The last part about 5 centimeter long, that is known as rectum with circular muscles, also known as sphincters. Sphincters. Next, parts that associated with the digestive system are digestive glands. There are different types of digestive glands associated with the digestive system. The glandular cells of the lining of stomach and intestine, which directly pour their secretion into alimentary canal. Special glands such as salivary glands, liver and pancreas, etc. are included in digestive glands. Special glands such as salivary glands, liver and pancreas, and also the glandular cell of lining of stomach and intestine included in digestive glands. Digestive glands. Digestive glands. They are salivary glands, digestive glands. There are different types of digestive glands that secretes digestive enzymes helps for digestion. There are different types of digestive glands. First, salivary glands. Second, liver. Third, pancreas. Fourth, the lining of stomach and intestine, the glandular cells. The glandular cells of the lining of stomach and intestine. There are mainly 5 types. 2 types glands. They are situated the inner lining of stomach and intestine, which directly pour their secretion into alimentary canal. The glandular cells of lining of stomach and intestine, which directly pour their secretion, digestive enzymes, into alimentary canal. And then there is 3 special digestive glands. They are salivary glands, liver and pancreas. Then first, salivary glands. Salivary glands. Salivary glands produce 100 to 1000 to 1200 ml per day. Produce saliva. salivary glands produce saliva. The quantity of saliva per day is 1000 to 1020 ml per day. 1000 to 1200 ml per day. The production of saliva by salivary glands. There are three types of salivary glands. There are three types of salivary glands. Parotid gland, submaxillary glands, third, sublingual glands. Parotid glands situated below each ear. Parotid glands below each ear. Situated below each ear. That is one pair of parotid glands that situated below the ear. One pair. Submaxillary glands close to inner side of lower jaw. Submaxillary glands situated close to inner side of lower jaw. Inner side of lower jaw. That is also one pair. The third, sublingual glands situated below the tongue. That is also one pair. There are three types of salivary glands. Parotid glands situated below the ear, that is one pair. Submaxillary glands situated close to inner side of lower jaw, that is also one pair. And sublingual glands below the tongue, that is also one pair. Next, function of saliva. Function of saliva. What are the functions of saliva? Saliva clean mouth, destroy germs with the help of the enzyme lysozymes. Lysozymes are the enzymes that included in saliva helps for cleaning the mouth and destroy the germs. Enzyme lysozymes helps for clean the mouth and destroy germs. Saliva moisten and lubricate food, help in chewing and swallowing. Saliva moisten and lubricates food, helps in swallowing. Lubricates the food, helps for swallowing. Saliva acts as solvent for some food particles. It acts as a solvent. It acts as solvent for some food particles like glucose, etc. Glucose, honey, some other drugs like particles, etc. The salivary amylase which partially convert starch to sucrose. There are two enzymes. First we discuss about the enzyme lysozyme that destroy the germs and clean the mouth. The next salivary enzyme is salivary amylase. Enzyme salivary amylase. Salivary amylase which partially convert starch to sucrose. Which partially convert starch to sucrose. Starch to sucrose. Starch is the polysaccharide and sucrose is the disaccharide. The polysaccharide starch is converted to disaccharide sucrose at the presence of salivary amylase. Next, digestive gland, large digestive gland, that is liver. Liver is the largest gland in the body. There are different types of glands in our body, but liver is the largest gland in the body. It secretes bile. Liver secretes bile, which collect in gallbladder. Bile is collected in gallbladder. Gallbladder. Bile is collected in gallbladder and finally poured into duodenum. Liver is the largest gland in body which secrete bile, which is collected in gallbladder and finally poured into duodenum. And finally poured into duodenum. That is the first part of small intestine. Duodenum. Next gland, that is pancreas. Pancreas. It is located in the bend of duodenum. Pancreas located in the bend of duodenum. It secretes pancreatic juice. Pancreas secrete pancreatic juice. Pancreas is the digestive gland located in the bend of duodenum. Next, digestive process. Digestive process. In mechanical process and chemical process, the digestive process include mechanical process and chemical process. First, mechanical process. Mechanical process. In mouth and stomach, food particles make into small pieces by cutting, chewing and churning. The mechanical process include that in mouth and stomach. In mouth, it is cutting and chewing, and in stomach, the partially digested food is churning. Mechanical process in mouth and stomach, food particles make into small pieces by cutting, cutting, chewing and churning. Cutting and chewing took place in mouth and churning that inside the stomach. The food mixes with saliva in mouth, make small balls called bolus. The food mix in saliva in mouth, make small balls called bolus. The wavy movement of muscle contraction of alimentary canal is known as peristalsis. The wavy movement by muscle contraction of alimentary canal known as peristalsis. In stomach, food mixed with gastric juice to produce a creamy chyme. In stomach, food mixed with gastric juice, that is the secretion of stomach, gastric juice, to produce a creamy chyme. The mechanical process that start in mouth and also in stomach. In mouth and stomach, food particles make into small pieces by cutting, chewing and churning. The food mixed with saliva in mouth make small balls called bolus. The wavy movement of muscle contraction of alimentary canal is known as peristalsis. In stomach, food mixed with gastric juice to produce a creamy texture that is known as chyme. Next, second, chemical digestion, that is chemical process. Chemical digestion. There are different types of chemical digestion that occur in different parts of alimentary canal. It starts from mouth, then esophagus and in stomach, then small intestine also. Chemical digestion. First, in mouth. Raw uncooked starch. In mouth, raw uncooked starch convert to dextrin by the help of enzyme amylase, salivary amylase. Then cooked starch is converted into maltose by the help of salivary amylase. Raw uncooked starch converted to dextrin by the help of salivary amylase, enzyme salivary amylase. Then cooked starch converted to maltose by the help of salivary amylase. The salivary amylase convert raw uncooked starch to dextrin, and also this salivary amylase convert cooked starch to maltose. Next, chemical digestion, that in esophagus. There is no digestion occur in esophagus. There is no digestion occur in esophagus. Then in stomach. In stomach, it produce gastric juice. Stomach produce gastric juice which contains hydrochloric acid, HCl, that is produced by oxyntic parietal cells of stomach wall layer. The concentration, that is highly strong, that HCl, pH 1 to 2. In stomach produce gastric juice. The gastric juice contains HCl. The gastric juice contains HCl. HCl produced by oxyntic parietal cell of stomach wall. Oxyntic parietal cells of stomach wall produce HCl. It is the pH of HCl is 1 to 2. The pH is 1 to 2. Next, the stomach produce pepsin. Next, stomach produce pepsin, another digestive enzyme. The pepsin produced by chief cells of stomach wall. Pepsin digest milk protein and converted to proteases and peptones. The pepsin that produced in stomach, the chief cells of stomach produce another digestive enzyme, pepsin. HCl is not an enzyme. HCl is only an acid, but pepsin is an digestive enzyme produced by chief cell of stomach wall. Digest milk protein to proteases and peptones. Another digestive enzyme that produced by stomach is lipase. That digest milk fat. Stomach also produce mucus. Mucus is also produced by stomach. The chemical digestion starts from mouth. That is, the salivary amylase helps for the digestion of uncooked starch and cooked starch, and there is no digestion occurring in esophagus. In stomach, it produces gastric juice which contain HCl. Then pepsin, another digestive enzyme, one of the digestive enzyme produced by chief cell of stomach wall. Digest milk protein to proteases and peptones. Another enzyme, lipase, that produced by stomach. Digest milk fat and stomach also produce mucus. Function of HCl. What is the function of HCl? Kill bacteria, loosen fibrous material in food, activate inactive pepsinogen to active pepsin, maintain acidic medium, and curdling the milk are the functions of HCl. Kill bacteria. HCl kill bacteria, loosen fibrous material in food, activate one of the pro-enzyme pepsinogen to active pepsin, maintain acidic medium, curdles milk. Then next, in small intestine, digestion in small intestine. In small intestine, food which partially digested in the stomach called chyme is acted upon three main digestive juices. The small intestine produce mainly three types of digestive juices. That is, bile from liver, pancreatic juice from pancreas, pancreatic juice from pancreas. Intestinal juice secreted from special cell of intestinal epithelium. Third, intestinal juice. Produced by special cells of intestinal epithelium. Special cells of intestinal epithelium. Epithelium are the one special type of squamous epithelial cells that cover all the internal part. That is also seen in intestine. The inner part of intestine is covered by one type of epithelial cells that produce intestinal juice. Bile that is produced by the liver. Bile juice. Bile is yellowish in color, yellow green in color, that is alkaline, pH about 8, water 98%. The bile juice contain water 98%, then sodium carbonate and sodium glycocolate, sodium taurocolate, etc. are the part of bile juice. We add detailed notes of this session in our description box. You can utilize. Bile juice is yellowish green color, that is alkaline, liquid with pH about 8. Water content 98%, and it also contains, bile contains sodium carbonate that neutralize acidic chyme. Bile salt like sodium glycocolate and sodium taurocolate are included in bile that emulsify fat. Emulsification. What is emulsification? Emulsification is the breaking and softening of large fat droplet into smaller one. Emulsification is the breaking and softening of large fat droplets to small one or smaller one. Emulsification necessary for fat digestion. The bile pigments bilirubin and biliverdin are the byproduct of RBC breakdown, red blood corpuscles of blood. The lifespan of RBC is 120 days. After 120 days, these RBCs are digested or split into small pieces in liver and spleen. And the byproduct or the waste of RBC is bilirubin and biliverdin like byproducts that give yellowish green color to the bile. Pancreatic juice. Pancreatic juice. Next, saying about pancreatic juice. There are 6 major categories of enzymes included in pancreatic juice: amylase, lipase, nucleases, trypsinogen. Etc. are the main component of pancreatic juice. Then chymotrypsin, carboxypeptidases. The detailed note put in description box. Next, the chemical digestion take place in intestinal juice or succus entericus. Intestinal juice or succus entericus. The intestinal juice with different types of digestive enzymes, glycosidases, lipase, peptides, nucleases. The intestinal juice with different types of digestive enzymes, glycosidases, lipase, peptides, fourth, nucleases. Now we complete today's session. I put the detailed note in description box. You can utilize it. If you like this portion, please like, share and subscribe.